Hey, it's me, John Lavelle, on leasing electric cars. Now, I'm going to point out something to you. Let's say there are two companies. There's a leasing company for cars and a leasing company for cars. And this leasing company decides it's going to get electric cars only, and this leasing company is going to get just gas cars. So they put their ads in the paper, and all their cars will just say are $300 a month to lease. So the reader looks at it and says, well, look at this one here. These are gas cars. They're $300 a month, and I'm going to have a bill of having to put gas in this thing to drive it. That's an added expense. But if I buy an electric car, or not buy it, but lease it, it's only $300, and I don't have to put in any gas. So what happens is, all the people who read these two ads will now go to the leasing company that stockpiled the electric cars, and it's a new, what do you call it? It's like a new gimmick. Basically, the leasing company that bought electric cars is now going to rule the leasing market, because they're putting out a product that is slightly misleading. It's the same price as the gas, and it's true you are going to pay gas prices, but why it's misleading is, in the contract of when you lease a vehicle, when the lease is up, we'll say in 5 years, you have to return the vehicle in its original conditions. You can't go in there and say, well, I'm sorry about the dents in the bumper and the rips in the upholstery. They will say, listen, we're going to get that fixed, and we're sending you the bill. And that's the standard with leasing companies. The car has to be in its original condition when you return it. You don't have to do the work. They'll do the work and bill you for it. Now, the unfortunate thing is this affects electric cars in the sense that that battery has to be replaced, because they want it in the condition it was the lease started at, and it was, say, a brand new battery when it started. Batteries can run, I see them at $20,000. I got emailed, the guy was telling me the Ford, I don't know what it was, Ford Focus or something, they're at $25,000, plus you're looking at labor. So for all the money you saved in the last 5 years, not paying gas, you are sending out one chunk of a piece of money now to put this battery into this car. They'll do the work, they'll send you the bill. There's a labor charge on top of that. Now that I can't say how hard it is to put a battery in it. It could be 6 hours labor, or I just don't know. That part I don't know. The battery I do know. And the other downside of it, if you just want to consider it, is that they have a range. They have a range issue. I've heard of cars that charging half charge in 1 hour, but I've also heard of full charges on. That was a Ford something, and they were looking at over 20 hours, which means I don't get to drive the car to work every day. I get to drive it to work every second day. So the range thing is an issue too, because now I know they charge up cheap. I think it's like 11 cents an hour, so you're saving it there, but you are paying it out in the battery. These batteries don't last forever, and I drive a little Honda CRV, I think that's what they call it, and it's gas, and it costs me nothing a year. I can pay about $300-400 of gas a year to drive it, because it's a little 4-cylinder, and the needle never moves. I mean, it gets good gas mileage, and mine's an old bugger, 17 years old. There's no gas fuel economy in those old things, but like the new ones, you can get like 58 miles to the gallon or something. I mean, you're basically driving for free. And the second thing is well, people say, well, I'm worried about the environment and pollution. I can tell you for a fact that car pollution on the scale of pollution doesn't even represent 5%. It's industrial pollution. Is the pollution index is based on industrial. They don't even waste it with it. If you took all the cars in the world off the road, it wouldn't affect the pollution index anywhere, because it represents less than 5%. So you don't have to feel guilty. What you're picking up is misinformation, special interest groups that basically have you filling in the blanks. And if you don't know the statistics, then basically everybody's running around saying, oh, it's the end of the world. Cars are polluting the place to death. And they really aren't. Cars are very efficient now in their fuel burning, and this is why you're getting 58 miles to the gallon, 57 miles to the gallon now, because they're so efficient. And anyways, my money, be careful if you, I'm not saying don't lease an electric car. You do what you want. It's your money, but remember, there's that payment at the end, and they won't bring it up when you're signing on the dotted line, because that's a deal killer right there. They bought those electric cars because they knew they could put them out at the same price as the guy was putting them out gas ones, and they knew you're going to come into their shop, because the one thing you have in mind is I'm not paying gas prices. So if that's all it was you didn't have to replace the battery and there was a gas car beside, of course everybody go for the electric. Well, they are anyways, without you have to ask that question, because you're not going to replace the battery. And it's 11 cents to charge this thing up, and that's cheap. But it's not that cheap. Not at the end it isn't. See ya.